Well, what do we have here? This is the Yamaha 2025 Tenere 700. What are we going to do? We're going to get connected. Yeah. Well, good day everybody. Welcome back to another upload of It's a Dyer thing. Rob here. Before we go any further ahead, don't forget to hit the notification and the subscription. This way you'll always be up to date on everything that we do. So today we're going to talk about the connection between your mobile device and the unit and what will it provide. So first let's kind of go over what do we have to do in order to get it connected, and then from there we will go into the actual connection from that to that. All right, so for the most part, the connection, it's pretty simple. It's not too complicated in order to do so. You will have to download the actual application or the app from the App Store. So this does both work on iOS and on Android phones. You can get the link to the download section through your owner's manual, or you can search it up on Google, or you can go into the Play Store and find it that way. The app itself is called Yamaha YConnect. So again, Yamaha YConnect. First and foremost, you're going to go search it, download it, get it onto your mobile device. It doesn't have to be a phone as long as it's a mobile device. And then you're going to create an account. You can do that either through the phone number portion of it or through an email portion of it and a password. So you decide as to what you need to do in order to do so, and then you get it downloaded, and then you'll be ready for the next step. All right, now once you've added into your user ID and password or phone number and whatever like that, this is the next step onto it, and then this is where you need to kind of go through and make sure that you do allow the communication between the app, your mobile device, and the unit itself. So basically it's kind of giving you little pop-ups, and you have to allow, and you cannot disagree or deny any of the communications, otherwise the application will not work properly and you will not get set up correctly. So in regards to this, now the next thing we're going to have to do is basically follow the instructions on your vehicle here. So make sure the vehicle is turned on. So I normally like to give it at least a good couple of seconds just to kind of let everything kind of settle in. And then from there, we're going to allow the mobile device and the unit to connect to each other. So again, same thing here. Again, you need to allow this to happen at all time and not just while you're using the app, right? So again, the way my phone is set up is just saying while I'm using the app, I am going to get the error report on that. So I have to kind of go into here. This is my phone setup, so it might not necessarily be yours, but anyways, you have to allow the location permission on the YConnect to allow at all time. All right, so once you do that, then it's going to be okay. And again, allowing yes to have full communication between the units and your device. So it does the search. So as long as you're in proximity of your vehicle and there's no other vehicles around, it should generate up the unit itself here. As we can see, that this is this one here, which is the Tenere 700. We've confirmed that's the one that we want, and now we can either do two things. We can enter in the VIN, the unit vehicle identification number, or we can just go ahead and scan the CCU. So for the CCU, basically you're going to remove the seat, and there is the CCU right there, right? So we're going to say, and there's that scan QR code there. Make sure that your lens is nice and clean. So let's go ahead and say, yes, I would like to scan. Again, you're going to get the notifications. Do you want the device to use, or this app to use your pictures and yada yada yada? So yes, absolutely. So go ahead and scan. There we go. You kind of got to get in focus, and then it'll hit it up. And then once it's done that, you're now going to say, it's going to ask you if you want the vehicle and this app to have access to your contacts and your phone logs. Yes, you have to say yes. Your contacts, yes, you have to say. And to make phone calls, yes. Now, if you get this, kind of just repeat it again. So let me just kind of get that reconnected up, and we should be fine to the next step. Again. Sometimes you get a bit of a hiccup, sometimes not, because I had this phone and the mobile device and the unit connected before, then I kind of erased it all and then removed it from my pairing devices. So I'm just kind of redoing it just for the sake of this video. So that's why you're kind of getting, why I'm getting a bit of a hiccup. But generally, if you're doing it for the very first time, there we go. So it asked me if I wanted to pair. So now I should be pairing. So there we go. Now we got our pairing done. So again, that error code was only just due to the fact that I had already paired my device. Even though if I removed it and erased all the Bluetooth pairing, it still kind of glitched it. So I uninstalled the application and then reinstalled it and then kind of go back through the connection again. So you can only connect one mobile device to the CCU of the motorcycle one time. You cannot have multiple devices connected to the vehicle. So again, the more you're playing around with these bikes and stuff like that, there could be some slight little hiccups when the communication. So again, try to keep one your master mobile device or the device that you like to use for your vehicle, and then this way you'll know that you won't have any issues doing that. So now we're going into the next step here, and we're just kind of downloading some information. So these guys two are connecting here, and they're connected. And now they've shared their information from the CCU onto the app, onto the mobile device. So you will now see here on the dash that everything is now connected. It will see my battery level, and it tells me that it is indeed connected. Again, it's going to ask you if you want to access notifications and communication. So yes, you always have to click yes, 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 yes all the time. You might throw up here or pop up the notification access into your mobile device. So this is on an Android, and here, as you can see, it's turned off. I have to turn it on, and I have to allow it. Now I know that there's going to be a good communication in between the two. Going through the cautions, yada, yada, yada. Yes, I understand. So there you have it, right? So it's pretty much simple. It didn't take more than a couple of minutes just to kind of go through, even with the hiccup that I had already connected to it. But other than that, so everything is here. So this is pretty much your information. So you can kind of go into further detail. And at the same time as well, now because the mobile device is connected to the unit, you're going to use these two buttons here. All right, so this is your bring up the menu button down at the bottom, and then you're going to jog dial over here to different sections. So as you can see, these icons are highlighted, they're highlighted until you get to this one. See, as the turn-by-turn navigation is still not highlighted, just due to the fact that we haven't set ourselves a destination. So we're going to get to that in a second here. But other than that, when you go into a application here, let's say the weather, you enter in. So entering is just by pressing down here, you will now get the notification or the information that's set up there, right? So this here is the street theme. So let's go into themes. Let's go into the Explorer theme. So now this is the Explorer theme. And again, you're going to get your information that is right here, right? So other than that, again, you're going to press the home button, and then you can kind of go jog dial into the different sections here. So again, turn-by-turn navigation is off, but we will enable it in 2 seconds, but I will show you exactly how to do it. Messages. So if you click on messages, you can check in received, your list, your contact, or notifications. So cancel the notifications and so on and so forth, right? So again, let's change our theme. We're going to go back into the street theme, enter, and there we have it, right? So how do we now send our turn-by-turn navigation from our mobile device to the dash? That again is all done by the one single app, which is the Yamaha YConnect app. So once you go into the actual app and that you are connected, you're going to choose your different sections here. You have pre-saved selections, you have find my gasoline selections, and you have the map. So let's kind of go into the map. Again, you're going to get, for the very first time, you're going to get the pop-up warning that you have to click yes, I agree. And so basically this navigation app on this system basically works similar to like Google Maps. You cannot create waypoints or a route, or kind of take your own specific routing from point A to point B, which is your destination. So if you want to do something like that, then you're still better off to buy yourself a little Garmin GPS, whether you mount it up there or here, the Zumo XT and stuff like that. And then you can kind of create your own waypoints and then send it that way. And then this way you can make your own tracks. So basically this is like as if you're in your car navigation system or your mobile device and say, look, I need to go from point A to point B. How do I get there, right? So I need to kind of come up to here. You can kind of zoom in, right? Again, just like Google Maps. And you're like, oh, I want to go here, right? So then you can either check the route. So it's going to kind of give you, if there is multiple ways to get there, it will show up in multiple ways, such as you see here. There's the 47-minute one or the 43-minute one, right? So it might have shown you a couple of different ways to get there as well. If you are good with that, then you can basically hit directions, right? And now it's telling you, just like Google Maps here, it's telling you what you need to do. And then let's kind of open up our turn by turn. As you can see now, it's highlighted, whereas before it was not. So let's enter into that. And now you're going to get the simple turn by turn directions on how to get to your location. Once you are now arrived at your location, here it arrives, so it's going to just tell you simple things, right? So it's going to tell you how many kilometers there is to go, at the time you're going to arrive, and the time it's going to take you to get there. That's always going to be calculating depending on what routes you're taking, if you're taking any detours and stuff like that, traffic and whatnot. So, but basically, it's kind of giving you just a heads up in regards to when you need to turn and so on and so forth on what street. So simple directions. You're not going to see a map on here, unlike some of the other Yamaha models where the Tracer 9 GTs and the X Max and so on and so forth. So this is basic information. If you want a map, you got to get a GPS, but you can view it here. So once you have done that, and let's say if you want to continue up any further, then you're basically going to put a new waypoint, and then you're going to get to that spot, and then you're going to put a new waypoint, and then you're going to get to that spot. The communication, though, it does talk to you. So as long as you're wearing a headset, everything is really clear, really nice, and gives you enough heads up as to when to turn and where to turn and stuff like that. So for the most part, it's pretty simple. But there you go, right? So you're going to have your basic information of the unit. You're going to have some of the maintenance schedules of the unit and stuff like that. Some communication back and forth, and then kind of gives you some info of the connectivity of that unit. Then you can kind of customize it and go into messing around with what you need to do. So for the most part, hopefully this has provided you with some insight on how to communicate or how to connect your mobile device to your super awesome Tenere 2025, which is an absolutely fantastic bike. And until next time, y'all be safe, be good, take care, have fun, and don't forget, keep it covered. All right.